Hello, everyone. My name's Stephanie, and my personal golden rule aligns with Matthew 7:12. Whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, and this is the law and the prophets. In the article, the authors discuss moving social justice into action. I believe this mirrors God's vision of us, loving with deeds and not just words. If we speak in truth and equality, charity, acceptance, forgiveness, then it is equally important that we act in this manner to affect social justice. Sure, we can have sympathy for the widow or the orphan, but we're not doing God's work if our actions do not align with our words and our truth. If I was a widow, truthfully, or an orphan child, what would I want someone to do? That is God's challenge to us, I think. The article also discusses virtues and dispositions. So it defines virtues as essentially individual qualities or one's character, and dispositions as behavioral elements of our values that creates the propensity for a person to take action or have a skill that requires action. If we reflect on Matthew, and our virtues are qualities, and our disposition is our ability to act, it supports that if we find inherent value in the kindness we expect for ourselves, then we may want to develop our disposition or our skill to act that way. And so I think that's one of the counseling rules that I think is critically important. It's far easier to be virtuous in theory than in action. And as counselors, we have to challenge ourselves to take those virtuous actions, regardless of how we feel about our personal beliefs about a client or their actions or behaviors. In Matthew, we are challenged to do unto others the most virtuous of actions that we would desire. Another inspirational verse for me is 2 Corinthians 12, 8 through 9. And it talks about my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This speaks to my belief that we're all worthy of grace. We're often hard on ourselves and hard on each other. Too often we judge ourselves by our intentions and judge others by their actions. And I bring this up because this comes into play in social justice work that I'm currently doing. I volunteer with a group that mentors, it's kind of a support group that mentors couples in the military that have been in an unfaithful marriage. There's been infidelity. And in the military, this complicates things because the culture of the military within the organization forbids infidelity as a rule of the organization. So there's issues with stigma and loss of someone's job, even. And in that group, it would be very easy to simply judge an unfaithful spouse by their hurtful actions. However, if we explore the intentions of the person, maybe to seek affection, find acceptance, find affirmation, and feel loved, we can find some perspective in their intention. Not to accept the actions, but to accept the person as worthy of God's grace and forgiveness. In this case, an unfaithful partner judges themselves initially by their intentions, not their actions. And in this case, God's grace can be made perfect or unconditional in their weakness, as it speaks of in 2 Corinthians, should they ask for his grace. In many ways, this social justice work could mirror the article's themes of meeting the needs of individuals and the needs of the whole as well. The individual group members have needs to find love and grace, while the whole, the organization or the military, needs individuals who take virtues and turn them into actions for and unto our fellow human beings. The role in this is not to judge either, but to foster skills. Teaching virtuous skills that increase the virtuous disposition or act of others may just impact our ability to do unto others for which we would want done unto ourselves.